The Honourable Minister of Finance and Municipal Affairs.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and with your indulgence, I have a few extra notes here on our capital budget plan. I appreciate your understanding. Madam Speaker, I rise today to present the 2014-2015 capital estimates. This capital budget will invest over $73 million in projects across the province as we continue to improve the public infrastructure needed to provide important programs and services for Islanders. Further investments will be made in new manors, schools, and health facilities, and improvements to information technology and in transportation infrastructure. While the $73 million is a significant investment, it is a reduction from last year's expenditures. We are now returning to normal spending levels after the stimulus capital budgets. Madam Speaker, the stimulus capital budgets kept Islanders working and the economy moving ahead during the global economic downturn. Those budgets also allowed us to provide much-needed improvements to our manors, hospitals, schools, and highways. Madam Speaker, health care is a priority of our government, and we will continue to invest heavily in health facilities to ensure appropriate services are provided to Islanders where and when they are needed. To this end, we have committed funding for a new standalone palliative care centre, which will be completed by the fall of next year. This centre, with its 10 beds and capacity for a day program, outpatient clinic, and respite services, will allow for the most appropriate care for seriously ill Islanders. Madam Speaker, the renovations to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital day surgery will also be completed next year at a total cost of $8 million. These renovations were necessary to enhance day surgery, which will improve access to services and reduce wait times. Islanders are grateful for the support of the hospital foundations across this province, which provide the necessary equipment and up-to-date medical technology to support the delivery of safe, quality care. The Manor Replacement Program continued this year with the opening of the new Prince Edward Home. We will now turn our attention to replacing the Riverview Manor in Montague. This capital budget also allocates funding for a new 24-bed long-term care facility in Tyne Valley. As is the case with government's other new manors, residents will be provided with surroundings that are comfortable, safe, and dignified. Madam Speaker, this year construction was completed on the Montague Intermediate School renovation and the new Spring Park School. These projects reflect our commitment to ensuring education is provided in a safe and suitable learning environment. Work continues on the Surrey K-12 school with the first phase scheduled to open in 2014. Construction will also start on the additions to École François Biot. Madam Speaker, investment in information technology is critical to ensuring that our island students are ready for the challenges of tomorrow. To this end, our government has committed $8 million over 5 years to improving IT infrastructure so students can access the resources they require. This budget also commits additional spending of $5 million for the education system to refresh desktop computers and migrate to the Windows 7 operating system. Madam Speaker, the information technology infrastructure of government is showing some wear. It could simply be ignored because it isn't easily seen. However, we have reached the point where improvements are necessary. Investments in much-needed software across government to increase efficiency and productivity will total $8.6 million in the next year, in addition to the expenditures already mentioned for education. This includes an investment of $2.2 million to create a web and mobile platform for the delivery of government services in order to reduce red tape and to continue to respond to the needs of Islanders. Madam Speaker, ensuring Islanders get to their destinations safely and efficiently is always a priority. This year, spending on highways was in excess of $36 million, bringing the total investment over the last 7 years to over $270 million. In this year, improvements were made to over 92 kilometres of highways and 8 bridges, in addition to the bridge in Crapo, which had to be replaced because of fire damage. Next year, a further $27 million is planned for projects to further improve the highway system. Madam Speaker, in the next year, new spending is committed for the Bonshaw Hills Wilderness Park. The long-term plan for this park will ensure environmentally sensitive areas are protected while creating a recreational space that Islanders can enjoy for many years to come. Madam Speaker, it is clear that the investments we made since 2007 in the province's infrastructure have provided significant benefits to Islanders and continue to do so. But further improvements are necessary. To that end, we look forward to working with the construction sector to implement this capital program. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.